What up, Big Pimpin'? We're covering Israel right now, and yep, you got to say it.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
I might have some criticisms for. Oh, goddamn! I might have some criticisms for the Israeli government. So I just want to get this out of the way right now.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Is it? And I would, and to the people that would call me anti-Semitic because I'm criticizing the Israeli government, I would ask them, is there any criticism of the Israeli government that I could make that wouldn't be considered anti-Semitic? Is there a special way that I need to cover the Israeli government for me to not be considered anti-Semitic? Skateboard skills? Yeah, you want to see skateboard skills? Just watch any of the skateboarding on the Jackass movies. Yeah, I mean, if you know, to the people that would call me anti-Semitic because I'm about to criticize Israel, the Israeli government, you know, is there some kind of protocol I need to follow to properly criticize Bibi Netanyahu without being called an anti-Semitic? I don't think there is. Skateboard guillotine. Yeah, if you want to see a fat 30-something bust his ass, go ahead and give me a skateboard and a fucking bottle of Bailey's. All right, let's see where we're at with the Israeli protests. One thing I forgot to queue up, and now that I think about it, I want to show you, is it perfectly makes my point. But you know, someone wanted to join the protests with the Palestinian flag. You know, hey, it's a pro-democracy protest, right? Ooh, I'm going to use the trick that Chem Goblin taught me. If you copy the URL, ooh, that's cool. Big props to Chem Goblin. Thank you so much, Chem Goblin. But yeah, so hey, it's a pro-democracy protest, right? We love democracy now here in Israel, right? All democracy, right? Don't we support that? So they start drumming really, really loud to drown out anything that this person would say, and then they immediately snatch away the Palestinian flag. And there's not a lot of disagreement in this audience. There's not a lot of disagreement in this crowd about what we're seeing. One more time. Look for people. Look for people who are defending this guy. You got the IDF, the military's there. Maybe, you know, if you want to give the benefit of the doubt, maybe the band is doing that because what they see is what they think is like a police action. Maybe they're you know, they're actually against what they're seeing. That could be possible. But wow, he's being put in a headlock. They're ripping the flag from his arms. So yeah, I mean, they want democracy, but not for Arabs. Arabs aren't human. Arabs don't deserve democracy. That's unfortunately, and don't give me that.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic
Don't give me that, because we see this dehumanizing language come from government and on the street. Okay? You could say, oh, all those are all cherry picked. You went to the most right-wing areas and only showed the most right-wing people. You didn't show all the people that are like, you know, that don't have a problem with Palestine. I'm not saying those people don't exist in Israel. What I'm saying is it's very obvious that there is a democratic majority that wants to see the eradication of Arab people. That is supported by their government. It's reinforced by their government. And it's evident. It's evident. Democracy for me, but not for thee. The human beings, only human beings deserve democracy. It's not being anti-Semitic to put a mirror up to a society and show them how they're acting. And I don't need to bring up World War II. You know, we can totally ignore World War II. How about we compare it to apartheid in Africa? because that's really what it is. It's disgusting. State-sanctioned apartheid to an entire population of people. And quite frankly, where's the United States on that? Where are you at, Joe? I love Israel. I love Israel. Okay, all right. Unbreaking bond. Unbreaking bond. Oh, it's unbreaking. Palestinian, what's that? To be fair to the United States, there's I think we gave several $1 billion to Palestine in aid, so schizophrenic the United States, right? They want to be the best of both. They want to have the best of both worlds. But the fact is that Israel wouldn't be able to dominate Palestine like they do if they did not have the military support from the United States. That's my criticism, is we should stop giving the Israeli military the power necessary to do this to the Palestinians. We don't want to stop that, though, because we really, really like arming Israel because of Iran, right? Big bad, oh no. And, of course, Iran hasn't made any friends, right? Especially buddying up next to Russia. But that is what's going on. The United States military-industrial complex could give a flying fuck about the Palestinian people because they find it very valuable to have a military satellite so close to Iran. And with the ready to go, they're ready to go. Bibi Netanyahu would probably love a fucking war with Iran. That would, I get to be a war president. All the investigations against me. We don't have time for any of that. We got to fight a war. So that's a very valuable asset to the military-industrial complex in the United States, and they're not going to give that up. Just for some Arab people? Oh, who cares? I mean, that's their mentality. They didn't give a flying fuck about Arab people when they went into Iraq and Afghanistan. Oh, win hearts and minds. Hearts and minds, my dick. My dick.
Billed as a liberty march for and by those who support judicial reforms. Roughly 1,500 danced and hailed.
So these are the people that smiling and cheering at the thought of a political party that has the ability to erase investigations and crimes that they committed just at a whim. They think this is a good thing. Tyrants, give me authoritarians. These people always exist. These people always fucking exist. Okay? They exist in every society, the bootlickers. Okay? And they need to be fought because, the thing about bootlickers is that they like to be in power and they show up. They show up and vote. Right? You want to be cool and aloof and a wallflower and non-participating? Yeah, okay. Well, these are the guys that are participating. Israel did single-handedly fuck up Egypt, Syria, and Jordan without any help. Back in 1967, I really need to dig into the history of Israelis' wars before Palestine. It's interesting that they fought all these extra wars while they were still, pushing down on the Palestinian people. But yeah, Israel has been at war in one place or another since its inception. And I'm not saying we should, disregard its existence, but we do need to use more active diplomacy, i.e. carrot and stick, i.e. taking away some of our gifts and saying, look, we're not going to play this game anymore of you using your U.S. funded weapons and arms and training to shoot, women, children, and journalists at will. All three of those countries at the same, they fought all three of those countries at the same time. Wow. Killing it. Just don't bring up World War II.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
We can't bring up any comparisons there. As long as we do that, then we're cool. I'm sure we're cool then.
And they lovingly call Bibi.
This is the Likud flag, which is also blue
bootlicker.
And white. The reason I took it is because the leftists are using now the regular flag.
No one in this crowd wants to be mistaken for a leftist, a sign of just how divided Israeli society is right now.
Boy, I wonder what her opinion on the Palestinian people is.
This rally was the first since Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu
exactly, Lenny. It's
was
dangerous.
forced to pause his planned legislative.
There's a presumption that Israel is in control of United States, and I think, you know, they do. Of course, the Israeli lobby is very powerful and strong, but I think ultimately the United States puts up with this fake fealty to Israel, kind of like a show, like with Saudi Arabia. Because, like I said, they're a very useful military satellite for what America sees as an inevitability, which is a confrontation with Iran.
Changes.
We're not going to stay silent for it because we voted and we won this, and we are the majority.
The energy at this particular rally fluctuated between jovial and frenzied as a man with a Koch party flag was spotted. It's a banned extreme right-wing group in Israel.
Peace and democracy. Peace and democracy. No, authoritarianism. No, authoritarianism.
To a temporary art sculpture.
Ooh, look at that.
It was set up days ago.
The fist.
A creation noting that
says it all, right? That says it all right there. This is how we represent ourselves. This is our icon that we represent. The fist. You do what we say, when we say it, and how we say it, and you'll do it by force or you will be eliminated. You will be grounded down. You'll be pounded. You'll be punched. Says it all. I mean, that's the iconography of authoritarianism. The fist. Come on.
Art sculpture. It was set up days ago. A creation noting that elite Israeli fighter pilots said they'd refuse to train if.
Interesting. I take it all back. So that's it. This was set up. This was set up because this was an art, and they were destroying this because it was, because these pilots refused to
temporary
fight.
Art sculpture. It was set up days ago. A creation noting that elite Israeli fighter pilots said they'd refuse to train if reforms were passed.
I see.
The display was toppled. People took turns busting it up while others tried to shield them in the act.
I see. I thought I was being clever and smart there with that, but no, they're destroying it. Ruins my entire analogy. Fucking idiot.
Cameras were blocked, and at least one media crew was escorted away from the area. In my case, a man started shouting Al Jazeera, pointing at me and gesturing for people to move towards me. The group eventually took to the streets, blocking traffic. Police were on hand, but
Al Jazeera, oh, Arab news, get them, Arab news. Wow, man. I mean, where does this end? You know, what is the logical conclusion of this mania? You know what I mean? These people are whipped up into a frenzy.
But it's unclear if the march was part of the rally or just the direction the crowd decided to go. But there's no confusion over the direction they want the government to take.
Don't give up. The next session, they will have to get the reform done.
Given what we've seen so far this week,
could this man tell us how he would benefit in even one single way from his political party being able to commit crimes without being held accountable? You know what I mean? How in the world does that benefit you, dude? Please, you know, we demand that our party is allowed to commit crimes without any, you know, I mean, just, it's crazy. It's really quite madness. But these people exist in every society. This is our fight. This is our fight against this madness. This is what the left is up against. These people show up and vote. They show up and vote, and if they don't get what they want, they get in the streets. They get in the streets. Well, I bet this guy's really fun at dinner parties too.
They will have to get the reform done.
Given,
you know, the fact is though is that we need to have our zealots on the left. We need to have our slightly tweaked weirdos out there demanding change, and refusing to leave.
What we've seen so far this week, it's unclear if, when, or how these divisions can be mended. More rallies are planned, including at the homes of members of the Knesset who the anti-reform side believe could be sympathetic to their cause.
Boy, they really, 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 really want Bibi Netanyahu to just have full, total control. It would be. I mean, it would be a disaster for Israeli people, but it would also be a mega disaster for the Palestinian people, because without any limitations, without any pushback whatsoever, they'll see finalizing the Palestinian project as a vector for increasing their negative, the negative PR that they're going to receive by being so authoritarian. They just get to do whatever the hell they want. That's what they're setting up. They're setting up a system where they can just do whatever the hell they want. That's never worked out, especially when it's from a right-wing government. But it's really just never worked out in history, is giving all that power to such a small group of people. Well, we'll be covering this. That's my Israeli-Palestine update.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.